Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. And quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards the result on the first. Play from scrimmage, second down. You look at this Cowboy defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Purdy. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Purdy. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Hyatt there to grab him. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
Now the Central Florida product, it's R.J. Harvey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again, it's Harvey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Levis. Throw caught by Hyatt on the slant. And the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
A run now for the rookie out of Georgia. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now a hit and a loose football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Levis to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Purdy. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Levis sets up the throw here. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. First and 10, and they've got three tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Out of the gun, a run with Harvey. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
54 Rita! Right side 4! On!
Levis looking to throw. He'll swing this out to Harvey. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach it.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes us down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. Big yardage that time for Washington. 71 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Pacheco. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pacheco. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I'm going to have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Bates' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
He's taken over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Levis out of the shotgun now. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Levis back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech. But I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Second and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. It's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. On fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Caught along the left side by Howard. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Like 90. 19. 29's down. 22 Rita. Mayday.
Levis. That's to the running back, R.J. Harvey. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Escapes the defender. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A good pickup there at 22.
1st down, Commanders.
Purdy looking to throw. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this is going to be in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring a free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Levis. Working the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Mike 13, Mike 13. 18, cut.
Levis to throw once more. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
At the 43-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Back to throw. That'll be complete to Harvey. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half, Purdy. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18, touch.
Working from the gun, here's Levis. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Here's Purdy. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Get set, get set.
Purdy. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
A gain of 3, second down.
Like 90. 54 Rita, 22 Linda, 22 Linda.
Levis from the gun. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
20 Rita. There we go. 18.
From just shy of midfield, Levis. He connects with Hyatt. And he's got this down to the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
He has Hyatt over the middle. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second-half blowout material. Straight ahead, Etienne. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. R.J. Harvey taking it in from 7 yards away, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Commanders 3.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played.
And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it 1st and goal here from the 2-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime you didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
R.J. Harvey with now his second touchdown in this third quarter. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Now Purdy. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Purdy now to throw. And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at it that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing here, Purdy. This ball caught by Strange. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, wait a minute. They declined it.
Makes no sense, right? They just gave up a big yardage play, right?
And now it's going to stand.
The only thing I can think, someone is mad at their own defense, and they're trying to teach them a really, really crazy lesson.
And it's straight. It's Pacheco. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Back to throw. Purdy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Devontae Wyatt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
A 7-yard
second down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
22 windows.
Levis sets up the throw here. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On the ground, Harvey looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Once more with Harvey. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 26. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. ETN up the middle. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard on the play.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Like 54.
Here's Levis. Has it to Hyatt on the out route. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
On for the field goal. A 36-yard line.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Purdy from the gun on third down. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. Fourth down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
Purdy sets up to throw again. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
The 7-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Now the try here for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
40, Commanders 10.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, didn't get it done.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Toss left side for Harvey. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Levis to throw it. Completed to Hyatt. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Tyler Loop now to try the field goal. This one from 48 yards away. this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Purdy looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Get set, get set. Up.
Purdy from the gun. He gets it to Johnston. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.